A pair of incredible performances sparked excitement in the boxing world as Gervonta Tank Davis stopped Mario Barrios and Vasiliy Lomachenko returned to form with the knockout of Masayoshi Nakatani. Davis captured the championship in his third weight class, moving up to 140 pounds against the much taller Barrios and bringing his trademark power to the super lightweight division in front of a wild crowd in Atlanta.
I'm thankful to be in this position again. I'm ready for the next step.
Meanwhile, Lomachenko may have cemented a rematch with Teofimo Lopez for 3 of the 4 recognized world championships at lightweight.
It was a different Loma. He was more ferocious. He was more vicious.
These are the kind of nights that give plenty to talk about for boxing fans. Loma has though called for a showdown against Davis on numerous occasions.
He won the fight only on pay-per-view. Hey, what are you talking about?
Nevertheless, Davis has also stated several times over that if a matchup against Lomachenko can take place on pay-per-view, he would be more than willing to take him on.
I think it's time.
Welcome to Boxing Extra channel. Press like and subscribe and let's take a look at this future mega fight. Former pound-for-pound king and lightweight champion Vasiliy Lomachenko returned to the boxing ring for the first time since losing to Teofimo Lopez in October 2020 and reminded the boxing world that he is still one of the best fighters in the sport. Lomachenko scored a dominant 9th round TKO victory over Masayoshi Nakatani. In another fight that weekend, Gervonta Davis defeated Mario Barrios to win a WBA secondary junior welterweight belt. Gervonta Davis and Vasiliy Lomachenko was fighting on the same night, but thousands of miles apart to give boxing fans 2 compelling main events, Atlanta and Las Vegas respectively. Bob Arum has declared that Vasiliy Lomachenko only wants to fight the best, as he eyes future clashes with Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney.
So Lomachenko only wants to fight the best, Devin Haney, Tank Davis.
Fan favorite Lomachenko. Although Lomachenko is coming off a loss, a fight between him and Davis would still be one of the biggest in boxing, and perhaps they are not as far apart when it comes to meeting in the same ring in the near future. Former 5-division world champion Floyd Mayweather respects the abilities of Vasiliy Lomachenko, but the retired former pound-for-pound king is very firm that Gervonta Davis is a better fighter.
And Lomachenko is a hell of a fighter, and I like Lomachenko.
Mayweather, who promotes Davis, had recently reached out to Top Rank, who handle Lomachenko, in order to explore the possibility of matching their boxers. Tank is arguably a better fighter than Teofimo Lopez, and Lomachenko could be walking into disaster if he takes that fight at less than 100%. If Lomachenko does face Tank Davis, he needs to make sure he's firing on all 8 cylinders. In other words, the 33-year-old former 3-division world champion Lomachenko can't afford to go into a fight of that nature with an injured right shoulder again. Tank might be a harder fight for Lomachenko than a rematch with Teofimo, considering the Baltimore native has a better engine and can handle the pressure a lot better. Teofimo was falling apart against Lomachenko in the second half of their fight on October 17th, and that was against a one-armed fighter. The highly popular IBF, WBA, WBO lightweight champion Teofimo has already made it clear that he wants no part of facing Lomachenko again, and he is leaning in the direction of an easy title defense against his IBF mandatory George Kambosos Jr. next. Teofimo's disinterest in face Lomachenko again is telling, which suggests that he lacks the confidence to beat him a second time around. Lomachenko is a fighter that Tank has had his eye for quite some time, and it's a fight that needs to happen soon. Loma is getting older and he might over the hill soon. The power that Tank Davis showed in his fights against Yuriorkis Gamboa and Leo Santa Cruz, he's going to be a real problem from Lomachenko. A lot of the fighters that face Tank make the mistake of trying to slug with him, and they end up getting taken out quickly. Lomachenko won't do that because he doesn't have the pop in his punches for him to try and go to war with Davis. Most boxing fans would agree Tank Davis would be a really tough fight for the 33-year-old Lomachenko. Tank's management and Mayweather Promotions are the ones that will decide when to put him in with the two-time Olympic gold medalist Lomachenko, but they'll need to do it soon for a couple of reasons.
When he thinks Tank is ready for Loma, he'll let us know, and we're happy to make that fight.
Lomachenko is getting older, and he is starting to show signs of slippage in his last 4 fights. Vasiliy Lomachenko would step into the ring with a record of 15 wins, 2 losses, 11 of those wins coming by the way of knockout.
I wanna fight with the top fighters. I wanna fight top guys for history.
Gervonta Tank Davis would make his way to the ring with an unblemished record of 25 wins, with 24 of those by knockout. The stats suggest Davis would have a large advantage in power over Lomachenko, boosting a 96 knockout percentage over Lomachenko's 73.
It's the bomber against the bomb squad.
Vasiliy Lomachenko is the older man by 7 years. Davis has 4-inch reach advantage.
Tank don't stand a chance against Lomachenko.
Both Vasiliy Lomachenko and Gervonta Tank Davis fight out of a southpaw stance. Lomachenko's experience as a professional fighter is currently relatively equal to Davis, having had 8 less fights, and made his debut in 2013, 7 months later than Davis, whose first professional fight was in 2013. Here is hoping for Davis' next opportunity being against Lomachenko in 135 pounds.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest fights. Yeah.
This pay-per-view event will sell because Davis is taking a risk by moving up to weight classes, and his previous pay-per-view event sold because Leo Santa Cruz had a following and jump in weight.
I'm not ducking, dodging nobody. As you know, there ain't no safety on this Glock.
We are not far removed from Floyd Mayweather's retirement and Manny Pacquiao's decline, leading to another declaration that boxing was on its deathbed. There were no young stars, no fight fans wanted to see, and nothing driving interest in the sport. But as boxing always does, it has reloaded with a crop of exciting fighters, an increase in title unifications, and plenty of intriguing potential matchups that once again move the needle. That's not to say that boxing doesn't have its share of issues. Matchmaking is often still far too political and the title picture far too confusing to allow the sport to go where it needs. But thrilling performances by men like Lomachenko and Davis and the wealth of mouth-watering fights available to both are yet another reminder that boxing is largely on the upswing, even if it will never reach the highs of bygone eras.